Let me tell you all about our Foundational Skills Toolkit Level 1. And this toolkit is designed to begin with some of those foundational reading skills. It includes two really important elements that are necessary for reading. The first is alphabet knowledge, and that includes being able to recognize capital letters and lowercase letters, and also being able to identify the sounds that each letter makes. And the other important concept that's included in this toolkit is called phonological awareness. That has to do with being able to hear the sounds in words and be able to manipulate sounds in words. And both of these elements are really crucial for early readers to develop. So everything that is contained in this toolkit is out on the table in front of me. This toolkit has been designed to be used by teachers, by tutors, or by parents. So there's really no special instruction that's needed. Everything you need to know is within the toolkit. And I'm going to go through each of the items that you would find within the toolkit. So when you open it up, one of the most important things that you'll find is a page called Getting to Know Your Toolkit. This is a great reference guide because it shows you everything that you'll find within the toolkit. So if you forget what something is or what you're supposed to do with it, you can always go back to this sheet. This also helps you know how to get set up with the toolkit. And so one of the very first steps that you're going to want to do when you open up the toolkit is to begin with looking at each of the different pieces. So you're going to want to get organized with the cards. All of the cards come in one deck. And what you're going to do to get started is at the very bottom of the cards, it shows which type of card it is. And then there's a corresponding bag which goes along with the specific deck of cards. So you're going to want to separate out the cards into each of the individual bags. So that's one of the very important first steps. Another way to get organized is to organize the game boards. All the boards come in one pack like this. And so what you're going to want to do is separate them out and put them into the corresponding bag. And on the bag, it's great because it shows you which specific game goes within each bag, and they're color-coded. So what you'll have is something that looks like this with all the games that belong in each bag, and you'll have all the cards that belong in each bag. Some other really important pieces of the toolkit are the games. There's tons of games that are found within this toolkit. You've got a spinner that's included to play the games. There is a hand puppet and bingo chips and dice. And there are additional game cards that go along with the games. It also includes a student workbook, which can be used on its own. Students can practice independently, in small groups, as a whole class. It can be used separately from the toolkit as well. One of the most important pieces of the toolkit is the manual. This is really an important piece. This is going to give you everything you need to know about how to use all of the games and activities within the toolkit. A pro tip that I recommend doing is it comes with tabs already in it that are broken up into different sections, which I'll go through. But one also you can do is you can mark the different games and activities using colored markers, so that way you can go back and find each specific section. So let's dive in more to the instructional manual so you can see everything that's included here. So there's nice tabs that are included alongside. The first one starts with general information, and this gives you background information about all of the elements that are included in the toolkit, each of the different sections. So you've got the page numbers to refer back to. It talks a little bit about how to get started with the toolkit. One of the most important pieces is the initial assessments. There's a phonological awareness assessment and an alphabet assessment, which really just help you to know where to begin with a student. So if they've already got a certain amount of knowledge about a particular topic, then you can jump ahead and move into what they need to really focus in on. And then it also gives you some background information about how we learn to read, about how the brain learns to read. It gives you information about dyslexia and the common signs and symptoms of dyslexia. So that's just all the general background information. Then it jumps right into phonological awareness, giving you a little background information about what is phonological awareness, as well as some activities and how you can flow through the different types of activities that are included with phonological awareness. So this really shows you any activities that you can do to practice phonological awareness. It's really important that students develop this foundational skill because it's all about really being able to manipulate sounds in words. And when a student can manipulate sounds in words, they're better able to apply that to reading and spelling. The next section begins with talking about alphabet knowledge. And so alphabet knowledge is another critical piece when it comes to beginning to develop phonics. And students will learn how to identify capital letters, lowercase letters, and the sounds that the letters make. And it gives you a specific sequence of how to get started with teaching the alphabet. There's an initial assessment, and then there is a specific sequence for how the alphabet is instructed. The alphabet is broken into different sets, and so what's recommended is that a student master one set before they move into the next set, and then there are specific alphabet activities that go along with the teaching. The next section in the manual just jumps right into the kit activities. And so what I've done here, this is not included in the kit, but one really great way to get yourself organized is to include some tabs so that you can flip right to the different sections. So the first section is rhyming activities, and it shows you on this developmental step where you're headed next. And then I've tabbed the next one into syllable activities and initial sounds, and then it moves into medial and ending sounds. And then finally, this whole last section of the book is all about the alphabet activities and resources. So let me jump in and show you one of the games that is included in the toolkit. So let's take a look at the rhyming games. So there are some specific anywhere, anytime activities that you can play. One of the first games in the book is Rhyme Sort. So the Rhyme Sort gives you all of the materials are done right at the top that you will need to pull from your kit. And then it gives you all of the different directions that you'll need to be able to play the game. So let me show you how to play the Rhyme Sort game. This is one of the first games that students will play. It's a great foundational game. So what you're going to need, the materials are shown right at the top. You need the Rhyme Sort board, which is this. You need the keyword card, and the keyword card is going to go right here. It tells you right at the bottom, the Rhyme Sort keyword. This is keyword card 2, and so that's how you'll know what the keyword is. And then it tells you in the directions, you need 6 Rhyme Sort cards that rhyme with the keyword. And then 6 to 10 non-rhyming cards, ones that don't rhyme with the keyword. And so what you're going to do is you're going to have all of the words will be mixed up in a pile. So you'll mix those up for the student so they're not all in order. And then the student will be taking out the card. This one is cake. And then you'll test to see, does it rhyme with that keyword? And if it does rhyme, it stays in this pile here. But if it doesn't rhyme, then it moves over to the X. And a student will keep flipping through the deck to test whether or not the word rhymes with the keyword or doesn't rhyme. So this word is tip. So tip, rip, it does rhyme, so it would stay in this pile. And the student keeps flipping through until they finish the deck of cards. And that's how you play Rhyme Sort. What's great about the toolkit is that it can be combined with any core curriculum. And if you would like any information about purchasing the toolkit or you'd like to learn more, please visit pdxreading.com.